Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to introduce a new feature in LuBan. It is called Whistle. We start LuBan software. Go to File, Create, Photo Magic. The new method can turn any photo into a 3D shape in the shape of a whistle. And hopefully when you 3D print it, it can be used as a whistle. It can make certain sound. Set the method to whistle. Load a photo. For instance, we can load a circular photo. I'm going to load a circle. Either this or this one works. The method only looks at the contour of the feature. The shape that is loaded will be used as the chamber of the whistle. Chamber height refers to the distance from the top to the bottom of the shape. I can set a bigger chamber height. Hit the Enter key. It becomes bigger. Duct length. This is the duct. It is where you blow air into the whistle. The duct length refers to the distance from this intersection point to the end point of the duct. So it's that distance. If I change it to 3, the duct length will be reduced by half. Oh wait, apologies. I was talking about duct height. Duct height is the distance from the top to the bottom of the duct. Okay. Currently it is 6. I can change it to 10. That distance, the wall thickness, is controlled by thickness. And obviously, if thickness is 1.5, the duct height should be a value larger than 2 times of the thickness. Just now, I've mistakenly entered 3. When you enter 3, you will see the bottom part missing. It will give you a defective mesh. So if I enter 4, it gives me a valid mesh object. Duct length is the distance from the endpoint to the intersection of the duct with the chamber. It's that horizontal distance. Currently it is 15. I can reduce it to 8. It will be half. I can also make it longer, 30. Hit the Enter key. The display will be updated. Opening refers to the air gap, the gap on top of the whistle. This is where the air comes out and generate vibrations. The vibrations produce high-frequency vibrations, produce sound. The sound is related to the size of the chamber, the shape of the chamber, as well as the size of the opening. The duct length also plays some role in the type of sound it produces. So you have to do a trial and error in order to see what kind of sound it is produced by the whistle. You can reduce the opening to 2, and it will be a thin slit. It looks like something like this. You can also increase it to any value you like, 10. Keep in mind that if the opening is too long and the duct length is too short, you may get a defective mesh. This is not defective. This is not a defective mesh because the opening is not too long. If I set the opening to 20 and the duct length is only 3, then this will be too long. So let's hit the enter key and update the display. So this is a defective mesh. Open it, we set it back to 5. And lastly, the width of the whistle refers to the distance from the front to the back of the surface of the whistle. You can use the clipping tool and clip into the whistle. That is basically the hollow chamber of the whistle. Okay. The nice thing about this feature is that you can load different shaped whistle. For example, I can load, let's say, the shape of a boy, and this becomes a whistle. I can also load a fish. Okay, the whistle is here. It's up here, and it may not be easy to blow air into this type of whistle. So it can be generated, but practically it may not be a feasible whistle. You can also use a heart shape, for instance. Okay, I'm going to increase the height. This is a heart-shaped whistle. It can produce almost any kind of shape. It can produce a whistle of any kind of shape. I have not tested whether the printed whistle can produce sound. I believe it can, but it needs to be a meaningful combination of these parameters. So you can find it out when you print it out. As for how to print such a structure, I believe it has to be printed lying on bed, like this edge lying on bed. You can use object transform, that is y-axis. Y-axis turn 90 degrees. Oh, sorry, this is translate. I need to rotate. Turn it to 90 degrees. Something like this. So the bottom part needs support, and this part doesn't need support. If we use let me see, if we use another shape, if we use a circular shape, and when we print it, the default position is not a good idea to print the whistle because you will need a lot of support here. You can do object transform, y-axis rotate to 90 degree to something like this. You might still need some support here. You might still need some support here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the best way to print the whistle. It depends. It really depends on the shape of the chamber, the photo that you have loaded. If you take some time to try it out, please let me know how it works. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.